So it doesn't matter which two energy level we are having. It may be ground state to first. You see, it is 3 minus 1. Now let's say if we have V1 is 1, V2 is 2. So if V1 is 1, it shall be 1 plus half, mean it shall be this value here, right? So if we have V2 is 2, we shall have 2 plus half, mean 5 by 2. So we shall have 5H and this factor. So when we shall take the common 5 minus 3, again the answer shall be 2. If it is 7 minus 5, again the answer shall be 2. But this is true for allowed transition. Selection rule V plus minus 1, if it is going, we shall always end with this solution. Always end. If it is overtone, then definitely this answer shall be different. So for allowed transition, this pattern shall be observed for all kind of transitions. ठीक है, बहुत शुक्रिया। All right, so I think this shall be clear to everyone. Now, if I switch over to the next, now you can see here, we have come to know, coming from this equation, delta E, difference of energy is H K over reduced mass under root divided by 2 pi. So this is the equation number 4. We have concluded after absorption, molecular absorption spectroscopy. Mean it is going, transition is taking place in vibrational energy level from lower to higher, and it is within the selection rules. Mean V plus minus 1. It is not overtone. It is an allowed transition. Then we shall always end with this solution. For overtones, keeping in mind this value shall be different. Let's say it is going from ground state to V2 is 2, not 1. Then it shall be 5H minus this factor. It shall be 5 minus 1 shall be 4. 4 shall be cancelled out with this one. So we shall have no denominator value shall not be 2. It shall be this factor divided by pi for overtones. So, but whenever there is allowed transition going on, we shall always end with same answer. So for any kind of allowed transition, selection rule V plus minus 1. In all case, if it is emission, we shall have a negative sign here. But for absorption, we shall always have a positive sign here. This is the only difference. So we come to know delta E is equal to this one, energy. And we also know energy in the term of photons. Energy of radiation is equal to h nu. This is Planck's relationship, Planck's equation. So left hand side of both equations are same. All right. So right hand side should also be equal. And if you remember frequency, we also know wavelength into frequency is always a constant, which is velocity of light. So these two factors are when multiplied, we always get velocity of light c. So when we are applying this, so frequency into lambda is c. So we can put the value of frequency here, we shall be c upon lambda. So h is equal to hc upon lambda. Why we are taking this? I am interested to convert that into wave number, because if you remember, wave number is the unit that we can use for infrared, for microwave as well. So we shall get this frequency value we have placed here, which is c upon lambda. Now reciprocal of lambda, if you remember, this is called wave number. So we have placed this value here. So E is equal to hc neutron. So left hand side of these two equations are equal. So right hand side should also be equal. So I have made them equal as well. Now wave number shall be equal to here a h k over reduced mass under root divided by 2 pi into h into c. Right? Now h and h shall be cancelled out. What we left with We left with K over reduced mass under root over 2 pi C. Now this is an energy of electromagnetic radiation between two consecutive energy levels of vibrational energy levels is basically equal to force constant divided by reduced mass under root over 2 pi c. 2 pi c is a constant. It is not depending upon this. But here, what is important is this equation. K over reduced mass. Now, you can see if this is a constant, so wave number is dependent upon force constant. Wave number is also dependent upon reduced mass. If it has direct relationship with force constant, K value, force constant is higher for a bond, it shall have larger energy gap. V nu prime or wave number shall be larger, mean it shall absorb at larger value. If this is small, it shall absorb at lower value. But it has inverse relationship with reduced mass. Larger is the value of reduced mass, smaller shall be the value of absorption. Smaller is the reduced mass, larger shall be the nu prime it shall absorb. So this is the two major factor we have come to know from equation. This is a very important equation. Why this is very important equation? Because we can calculate the force constant if we know this value. If we know the absorption value of a functional group in wave number, so we can calculate its force constant. This is a very big breakthrough. Let's see, I have given this in application in next page. The IR spectrum of carbon monoxide shows only one absorption and 1543.3 per centimeter. Calculate the force constant between carbon and oxygen. So this we can calculate very easily because we have come across, this is the relationship, this is the equation. Now how we can modify this equation, because this is under root. So if we take the square of that, this under root shall be cancelled out. Let's say we take the square of left hand side as well as right hand side. If we take the square of left hand side, it is nu prime square. So this half m into 2 square shall cancel out. It shall have no constant. So we shall have k over this shall go to multiply with denominator. So 2 pi c into reduced mass. 2 pi c shall also be squared. So it shall be 4 pi square c square, 4 pi square c square, and we are multiplying with the reduced mass. Now k value can be calculated. This is in denominator. This shall go to numerator on the other side. So what we have, you see, k is equal to 4 pi square c square reduced mass into wave number square. So this is the relationship with the help of which the previous equation, this equation, we have modified into this one. This is the modified. Force constant we can calculate 4 pi square c square. All these are constants. Reduced mass is a constant value for one specific bond. For carbon oxygen this is different. For carbon sulfur this is different. For carbon nitrogen this is different. For nitrogen oxygen this is different. So for all bonds this reduced mass shall be different. And wave number, this is coming from spectrum, IR spectrum. So I shall show the IR spectrum in next slide how it looks like. But before that, you can see this is a protocol. Now how we can calculate this value is in this is the data I have given in blue. This is the values which are given. So wave number is given in per centimeter unit. We are supposed to convert this into per meter. When we are converting into per meter, these number of waves are present in 1 centimeter. In 1 meter it shall be 100 multiple. So we are supposed to multiply this with 100. This is the value 154,330 per meter is the wave number in fact. Now we have converted wave number into SI unit. Now we are going to calculate the reduced mass. Reduced mass between carbon and oxygen. Mass is multiple and plus addition. and we are going to calculate per, because this is the value per photon. So we are supposed to divide this by per photon as well. So Avogadro's number we are dividing this with. Once we divide this, we come to know reduced mass is 1.139 10 raised per minus 26 kilograms. Same value you have seen in microwave studies. So anyhow, now we come to know wave number value, reduced mass. Here we need both of these. C we already know this is 3 10 raised per 8 meter per second. Pi value we already know 4 is a constant. So we take 4, pi value 3.1416 square. C 3 10 raised per 8 square. Reduced mass we have calculated this, which is this one. Reduced mass, frequency, this is the wave number we have calculated, it is the square of this. When we simplify all of this, we come to know this is 963.94 Newton per meter. Newton per meter, or this is also called kilogram per second square. This is also the unit for force constant. Why? Because we are here taking Newton per meter, right? Newton per meter is the unit of force. If you remember, force is equal to ma, mass into acceleration. So mass is kilogram and acceleration is meter per second square. Meter shall cancel out with meter. So we shall have kilogram per second square. So these units are also used for force constant. So Newton per meter is more simple, but it can be also converted into kilogram per second square. This is also the unit of force constant, keeping in mind. So anyhow, with the help of this equation, you see, in previous, we also have carried out carbon monoxide active for microwave. Carbon monoxide is also active for IR as well, because it has dipole. So IR, we can study such bond as well, which have induced dipole, not permanent dipole. Such molecule which have induced dipole can also be studied. I shall explain this with the help of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is microwave inactive because its dipole is zero. There are two polar bonds, both are at 180 degree. So when they are 180 degrees, so they produces dipole moment zero when we make the resultant. So if it is zero, so carbon dioxide is not microwave active. It doesn't give any spectrum. But IR, carbon dioxide is IR active because some of its form gives us dipole, little dipole. I shall explain this with a keen interest in next week. But till then, I am just interested to end this today's lecture with this IR spectrum, how a IR spectrum looks like. This is the IR spectrum that a few years ago, a couple of years ago, some students in their practical work have synthesized these MSc semester 7 students, MSc third and BS7 students. So they have synthesized this compound. How they have synthesized, you see, this is a carbon nitrogen double bond. In practical work, I shall explain this in much more detail, but just look at here, carbon nitrogen double bond we are getting here. How this is been generated when we have acetophenone. Look at this, phenyl carbon oxygen double bond CH3. This is commonly called acetophenone. Acetophenone is when reacted with 2,4-dinitro phenyl hydrazine. This is phenyl hydrazine. When they are reacted in the presence of catalytic amount of sulfuric acid, so it produces these hydrazones. If you remember, this is hydrazine reacting with aldehyde or ketone to form hydrazones. This is the hydrazone synthesized. So it was recrystallized and its IR was carried out. Look at, this is the IR. Look at the along x-axis, it's been cut down. This is 1 by centimeter, mean per centimeter. So it means this is the unit of wave number. So you see from center, just I have mentioned that in IR range is 333 to 4000 per centimeter. You see Along x-axis, this is not been ending here. This is almost here, which is 300 something. 333 it is starting with and ending with 4000. Notice another, the energy is increasing from right towards origin, and maximum energy is at origin. This is what you are supposed to notice. Second, look at along y-axis. We are taking percent transmittance. 90% transmittance mean 10% absorbance. You see, there is no absorbance in that range. Absorbance is we are obtaining at this place. This is almost, you can say this is 85% transmittance, mean 15% absorbance. So this is level, and here it is absorbing. So this means here transmittance is decreasing, so absorbance is increasing. You see, absorbance is increasing, absorbance is increasing. And here absorbance is maximum, almost 50% transmittance, of 50% absorbance. This is the maximum absorbance we are getting here. So anyhow, this absorbance is due to carbon nitrogen double bond, and this absorbance is due to nitrogen oxygen, because in nitro we have nitrogen oxygen double bond. So this is how IR spectrum looks like. Along x-axis, we are having wave number, which has maximum value at origin 4000. IR region is divided from 333 to 4000, which is called where we observe transition in vibrational energy level following selection rule V plus minus 1. And along y-axis, we are having transmittance. Rather, in microwave, we also have transmittance. But when you shall see UV visible spectrums, so we shall have absorbance here, not transmittance. For microwave and IR, we use, and for Raman as well, we use transmitters along y-axis, and along x-axis, we take wave number units. I hope shall be clear. This is one IR spectrum. What is the significance of this? How these lines can be studied? We shall discuss that later. Just like if I present carbon monoxide absorb 1543.3. Look at here, 15 something. This is not carbon monoxide spectrum. This is a spectrum of this organic molecule. So this value is for only one signal is absorbed in carbon monoxide case. This one, just like this one, just like this one, just like this one, only one absorbance. What is this value? So that is been taken. Here many signals are being observed because there are many functional groups. Carbon, nitrogen, double bond, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, double bond, carbon, carbon, double bond, nitrogen, hydrogen, double bond, which are appearing at this place. All right. So we shall discuss that later. But for the time being, you should remember how a spectrum, IR spectrum looks like. So the session is open for session, and we shall start with the factors affecting IR spectroscopy in next lecture. So session is open if you have any question.